I almost signed up for a pyramid scheme. Yep. Me, who actively is anti-MLM and encourages people to not get tricked into pyramid schemes or other things like that that will lose the money, almost got trapped into one. And sometimes it's harder than you think to tell them apart. Let's get into it. Hey friends, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet, and I am not lying. I almost got tricked into signing up for a pyramid scheme, and I kind of narrowly avoided just that entire entanglement. And here's how. This was not one of those extremely popular ones like LuLaRoe or Jamberry or these other MLMs that are famously trick you into, or that have a 99% unsuccess rate. And at this point, if you're signing up for those, what, have you seen the internet at all? I hold myself to a little bit of a higher standards. I'm a college educated person. I know a lot about finance through having shared my financial journey with the internet over the past 6 years. I actively campaign for financial health. I try to help people with their own finances, and yet I still almost fell for this. And I'm telling you this so that you stay vigilant, because if I can almost fall for one, then anybody can. Anybody. So here's what happened. I got a message from a person I know from within the personal finance community. We've seen each other at conferences, but haven't really engaged at all. I wouldn't consider us friends, but I respect her as someone who was in this industry before me and has done some really cool things. I'm not going to reveal her name, but I will tell you the name of the company. She messages me and says, hey, there's this affiliate program that I think would be really good for your audience. And I was just like, oh, hey, how are you? No. And I work with affiliates fairly regularly. I'm actually actively trying to get signed up with more affiliates, because that's one of the ways that I make money. I make money off of YouTube AdSense. I make money off of ads on my blog. And when I really like a company and I know that it'll save you money, I know that it works, or I use it myself and I recommend it, it would be cool to get paid a little bit for doing so. That's all affiliate marketing is for most people who do it right. I have affiliates linked on my blog. I always disclose it. I have them down below. I always disclose it. So if you sign up for Ratukin through my affiliate link, and that's one that's open to everybody, I get $10, you get $10, and then you save money on your online purchases. This is not an ad for Ratukin. However, affiliate links are something that bloggers and bloggers use all the time. They're not sketchy at all, really. So she says there's an affiliate program for a company I think you could make some good money off of and I think would be a fit. I'm like, okay, cool. I would like to learn more. So then she invites me to a little webinar, which now looking back, I'm like, I should have noticed this. There are a lot of red flags that I did not notice. I was just like, oh, okay. The company is called Legal Shield, and maybe it's kind of complicated. So sometimes I have had to, in the past when working with companies, attend some sort of seminar where they tell you what you can do legally and not, especially if you're in like the banking institution, that kind of thing. There are a lot of rules. So I went to the seminar and I kind of listened to it while I was working on other things. The woman was telling me, she's made a whole bunch of money. She has a lot of clients. This is how she's incorporated it in some of her content, and how this subscription service for, it's like $20 a month, you essentially have a lawyer on retainer to help you do things, and it can work really well with people who are getting like divorces or have small businesses or blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so that's a niche of my audience that could afford something like that, and it would be a smart thing to do so. But I'm not 100% out at this point. I'm just not. I'm like, okay, I'll listen. And then at the very end, she says something like, there is $100 sign-up fee, which I at first was kind of wary about, but I've made that back like 14 times over something very impressive. And I was like, that's a little weird. And then the call ended. They're like, we'll send you a link. She sent me a link. This was a couple of weeks ago, and I was just really hesitant to sign up. I'm like, I'll do some more research later. I'll try to figure it out, but I'm not signing up right now if I have to pay $100. So yesterday, she emails me and is like, hey, the VP of the company offered to waive the $100 fee if you're still interested in signing up. And I'm like, well, if there's no fee, it's like any other affiliate. I can always decide later that I don't want to promote for them. And so I jump over to the application and I start filling it out. And then I don't know what happened, but I guess I just clicked and I Googled it, which is a smart thing to do. And I should have done before. I even got on that first call. And I saw something about a $20 per month fee for affiliates, or maybe I saw it on the first website. I don't really remember, but I went, because if I wasn't going to pay $100 to start up, I certainly wasn't going to pay $20 a month to promote for somebody else. So I emailed her real quick and I'm like, hey, I saw something about a $20 a month thing. Can you please explain this? And so while I'm waiting for her to respond, I'm doing some more research online, and then I start seeing the word MLM, and I go, oh, there is nothing on their website that makes this even remotely seem like an MLM. In the call, they never mention MLM. It was never brought up of like a joining a team or recruiting other people thing. It did occur to me for 1 second. I'm like, she's making a lot of money, and there are like 4 or 5 other people in this call, and she probably gets like a bonus or something for signing up other people. That makes sense. That is a thing that happens with some affiliate networks. If you recruit one of your friends into it, you get like a one-time little bonus. They're like, thank you for bringing more customers to us. However, it turns out I would have been joining her downline, and that is part of the process of it, especially when I looked on, I went to the page that she didn't send me to. I went to LegalZoom's actual first page and found that, yeah, there's a step process. First you just sell the product, and then there's a mandatory step 2 where you have to actually recruit other people to your team. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not just selling a product anymore to a small segment of my audience that could maybe use regular legal help for less money. Because they talked about, that they'll help you like prepare your wills and your estate and do all sorts of stuff like that. I'm like, this could be worth it, especially for short periods of time. Sign up for like a 6-month subscription when you're in the middle of a divorce. That could help you get everything reset up for way less money. No. This is a full-on MLM, and there are a lot of bad reviews for them online, including that they don't actually fulfill their services. Now, obviously, I haven't had experience with the company itself, but people online say, they didn't do what they were promised. They weren't provided a lawyer when they needed one. There are other reviews that say they did, and that you just have to use the service. But I threw the name into the little "is this an MLM or not" website, and it definitely is. And that I just emailed her back before she even replied to my first email about the $20 a month fee, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't realize this was an MLM. It's not for me. I don't support those. Good luck with everything. And I haven't heard back from her. However, I don't really expect to. The more I looked into it, looking back at the original letters or the information that was sent, I should have known more. It talked about setting up your own website for people to find out about the product through you, etc. And that's not a normal affiliate thing. And just the support and incentives and other stuff like that. So yeah, I almost fell for a pyramid scheme or MLM, because some people are going to get mad at me for making this video. Regardless, I don't support the business structure. I don't think I should have to recruit people that I have barely met through financial circles to try to join this thing, to recruit other people and sell a product that is really trying to sell other people selling something that is not for me. And I don't think it's a viable money-making idea or a viable business for anyone other than the people at the top of that structure. I feel a little differently now about the person who tried to recruit me. I'm not mad, I wish her the best, but I'm also going to be a lot more vigilant about when I get emails for opportunities and stuff like this. I get a lot of emails about affiliate networks and people who want me to advertise for them on Budget Girl, and I always vet them really carefully. I hadn't gotten to that point on this yet, and I'm extremely glad that something happened in the process where I realized that it was not the type of company that they were advertising themselves to be. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to work with them. So I guess this is just a video note to people out there who thought that they would never fall for a pyramid scheme or they could never be recruited into something like that. These people know what they're doing. They know what words to avoid. MLM was never mentioned in that meeting. Nothing was mentioned other than affiliate. And you have to be careful. You have to be diligent in your research with anything. Do not trust without verifying any advice you get as far as finances, including from me. You should absolutely always check and make sure that what you're looking into getting into is right for you and your family and your situation. Regardless of whether I say it, Dave Ramsey says it, the president says it, the Pope says it. Do your research, check everything out, make sure that you know what you're getting into and that you're willing to spend your money that way for everything. We live in a world where people are not afraid to fudge the truth to make money. And I just highly encourage you to watch out for yourself. And I admit this as someone who probably shouldn't, because I want you to know that even I'm not exempt. I almost fell for this. I didn't, but I almost did. And I sincerely hope that you do your research whenever you're getting into anything, especially money related. If you liked this video where someone who has been called a personal finance expert admits almost making a extremely stupid mistake, because I like to be transparent and honest with you guys, and I am not perfect. That's why I share my wins, my failures, because I don't want people to make the same mistakes that I do. I want us all to get better with money and to master our finances so that we can live the life that we want to. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you feel like it. I don't know if I'm going to get any subscriptions off of this video, but that's okay. I'll see you guys next time.